brand new YouTube channel. We're doing it a second time, a second YouTube channel. Why? Because we have started something exciting and new that we want you to be a part of. We started Blazr Accounting because we were sitting around talking one day and we were getting the question and hearing it in the communities that we're members of that if why do we need to hire an accountant or pay an accountant when we have AI? So I said to Donna, what if bookkeeping was free? And what they paid for was what they've always wanted to pay for, which is the insight value. What do the reports mean? That's what they paid for. And we made the bookkeeping free. And she goes, why don't we start an accounting firm with that? And I go, great idea. So immediately, we started a new accounting firm called Blazr Accounting. And if you go to our website, getblazr.ai, front page, we think bookkeeping should be free. Now, I know a lot of you are kind of like looking at us like, are you crazy? We might be. We don't think we are. Because we think with the AI native, it's an AI native accounting firm. So we looked around at the different platforms out there and we decided to use Digits. So we're very excited about Digits. But we think with Blazr Accounting, we think bookkeeping should be free because what the clients pay for is the value that we bring with the insights, what it means, all of that. So now they don't have to pay for the boring stuff that we're so used to doing. They're now paying for really what we've always been designed to do. So Donna, what do you think about this? Are you excited as I am about this new Blazr Accounting adventure?
Absolutely. First of all, when I started my virtual bookkeeping firm way back in whatever it was, 2011, everyone told me it wasn't going to work. Nobody would do it. Oh, lo and behold, it worked very well. So now we're entering the new frontier of the AI native and the age of AI and the flux period we're in right now, where we're going. So when we came up with this idea of the bookkeeping should be free, I said, okay, that's great. Let's find the platform where we can make it happen. Because we cannot make it happen with the current old platforms that are out there, but we can make it happen with the newer ones. And that's where Digits comes into play.
Right.
So that's why we're so excited. I've been talking to them for 2 years. Mm-hmm. We launched our firm 6 months ago.
Well,
maybe?
February we got our
February is when we
we
started.
just got our S corp letter status and
we did the whole shebang. So we're
official.
legit.
We're on payroll.
Yep, we got the whole thing going. So that's the whole thing. So then we have to learn Digits, and we're learning Digits. So I went through all their training. They have a Digits Academy, which is what I expect everyone should be doing. And I'm going to share that screen with you right now. Right. It's also in the links.
Yeah, so we did get Digits certified. They now have levels 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
They also have a Digits office hours, which we find really helpful. And it's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at my time, like 1, 2:30. But you go and you get the webinars.
You can go and sign up for them.
They're free.
I think those Digits. Excuse me, one sec. I'm getting your Digits training. Let's see. Let me get up here. So here is, if you go in the Digits Academy, just academy.digits.com, you can see the certification levels. When I started working with them, they had 1. Now they have 3.
Now they have 3.
I've done all 3, and I'm telling you, this is the place to start learning, because it is a whole different mindset when you're using this. You cannot take your old, if you're using QBO or QuickBooks Online, you cannot take that mindset into this mindset. Different language, different way, different kind of software, different theories, all those kinds of things. You need to start learning the new theories.
And I will tell you, I struggle with it.
Yes.
Don't I?
He does.
So I'm learning to expand my mind, because it's done differently in Digits. You're thinking differently. The output will be the same, but it's a different way of thinking. Okay. And for somebody my age, that I'll use that as an excuse, because I've worked with QuickBooks, almost 25 years. And now we're still going to use QuickBooks if we feel the client that we come in could benefit from the QuickBooks stuff, because there are some things that Digits doesn't do yet. For example, and tell them what those are, Donna.
So some of those things are, like inventory, sales tax. If you've got a heavy company using things like Shopify to bring over stuff, and you've got a really good QuickBooks connection, which I have some of those clients. I'm a big e-commerce service, so like they have a lot of that stuff. They're staying over in QuickBooks. And by the way, all those people are paying me not for the bookkeeping, but for the advisory anyway.
Right.
So where this idea was kind of born from that anyway.
Right.
So those are those kinds of things where it makes sense to bring people over or to put people on is maybe like smaller businesses where you don't have to worry about sales receipts because we don't have sales receipts.
Yet.
So that
They're
does
working
not
on all this
translate.
stuff.
Yep. They do have products and services with invoices.
They just brought
So,
that in, though. That just was brand new
That's
as of last
very
month.
new.
Yeah.
Very new. They do actually have an app, but we're working on that. So we give lots of feedback. Other things are like, I mean, if they're heavy manufacturing, construction, things like that, no job costing. It does not have a payroll, which you don't really want to have a payroll.
You don't want to
in your
have payroll
accounting
because,
software.
I mean, their philosophy is,
No.
you know, QuickBooks now wants to be all things to all people. At Intuit Connect last year, Sasan stood on stage and he goes, we want to do your bill pay, your receivables, your merchant services, your pay, you know, everything. And I'm sitting there thinking, you can't do any of them right. Why do you want to have them all? I'm not going to trust you with it. So I don't use QuickBooks Online Payroll. I have a third party. I use ADP. You can use Gusto, and they sync in. Bill pay, they sync in. So the GL is digits. With, if you need other features, then you get those apps to sync with digits. For example,
Right,
Merchant
and then
Bank, all the
they
banks.
have featured connections. Mercury Bank is one of them. Brex, Ramp, Gusto, Bill, Stripe,
ADP.
Ignition, Reach Reporting. They use Plaid, and this is important for the bank feeds. They use Plaid so that your bank connections, they really don't break. But the problem with Plaid is that if you have, like, say, Wells Fargo, and you have a business account and a personal account, and you maintain both of those within your accounting, it's not gonna, if you want to hook them up, it's only gonna pick one. You can only do one or the other.
So
pick
what
the
it
one you
means
want.
is if you have one login, so if your login is Donna Reade, and under that you see there's a tab in Wells Fargo that has business and personal, you can't, all of them would come in or none of them would come in. You couldn't.
So what would happen is you would connect, say, so in my case, I have a business and I have a personal.
Right.
My business is tracked under my business, and my personal, which is a trust account, is tracked also under digits. I can only bring one of those Wells Fargo accounts into my digits. The other one has to be done manually. for
So
now.
could you bring, if they had, if they had two account, one personal and business, one login, could they not bring in one of them, or do they? Is it all or nothing?
No, they cannot bring in one of them. So you can bring in one. So in my case, I bring
Okay.
in the one with the most activity. I bring in, and the other one I do.
But you
manual
can't have another
transactions on.
business that would connect to the second account under the same login. Now, if you went to Wells Fargo
and
and
your
said, change
login.
my login, now you can do it.
Yep. Now you can do
Okay.
it. Or you can be like me, which is going to take me a freaking year to do this, but I'm going to just change my bank for my business one to a different bank.
Right.
But it's going to take that's a long time to change a bank account.
Banks is
because
like getting a root
it's
canal.
connected to everything. So
Yeah.
I swear it's going to take me a year to do that, but that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
But again, it's okay. They also have things, so you have your Plaid, which will connect up. If your bank does not use Plaid, it will not connect. You can then upload with a PDF statement
Right.
or a CSV. They have templates that you can do all this stuff with.
And there's
So
a
they're all
list
in
that
there.
you can get of all the Plaid connections. I will tell you that we use a credit union here. My Qubio connection constantly breaks, doesn't work. They change something.
Yes.
It's awful. So when I connected to digits, it was Plaid. Not one bit of problem. To me,
No
that was,
problems at all.
oh
yeah.
my gosh, because Hal's been with this bank. I said, let's change banks because, it's painful when you can't connect to the QB, to the online with your GL. And he goes, yeah, but I like Space Coast Credit Union. He's been there so long, his account number is like 1. So I'm like, oh. So anyway, but now when I connected digits to Plaid, it's like, oh my gosh, you can keep his account.
Yeah, it works. It works for things that will not connect to QuickBooks Online.
So Digit saved
So
my
it's cool.
marriage.
Yeah, yes. So things like that are going on there. It's it's just a change of mindset, the way you think about things. So they
Right.
have the again the partner program. So if you sign up as an accountant, you can get into the partner program where you can get office hours 3 times a week. 3 times a week, where they take an hour and there's 2 to 3 people from Digits in there answering your questions, and we're also strategizing. We go to almost all of them.
We go to them, yeah. And you know
Yeah,
what's
we
really
go to them
cool
all.
is we go and people will come in their questions. We actually see how they're doing stuff, which opens. Oh, so we a lot of times someone will come in with a question, and then all of us, the Digits people and the whole gang, well, why don't we try this? Have you thought about that? What about this? Like I know one girl wanted to bring in her data, and we go, well, what do you need to bring 20 years worth of stuff for? And she goes, well, I really don't. I said, okay, well then do it this way. What do you think of that? So she tested it, so it's kind of like a bunch of us getting together with this new way of doing things and thinking, well, how are you doing it? And we get to see how they're doing it. So a lot of times Donna and I go just to, hang out and see what Digits is on the horizon. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's
Fun
really
behind the scenes stuff because they'll tell you things that are happening
they're
or
coming
might
up.
be releasing in a couple weeks.
And yesterday
And I'm super excited.
or what was it, Tuesday? They go, well, we never thought about it like that. Let's take that back to the development team and see what they have to say. So they're listening to us.
They're
And
listening
we
big
have the
time.
phone numbers of the big shots. You know,
Yeah, we do. We do have direct contact. Never everyone gets that, but we do, and that's why. And now that that's brought up, that's why we created the Digits user community. It's a Facebook group where you can go and ask questions. I have a form in there if you want to make a feature request, have a specific question about something. If you fill that out, I can get that directly to the Digits people, or I can look at it and go and explain why that won't work or what's going on because. Now, I'm a Digits expert at this point. I've gone through this thing multiple times. So I know how it works and what's on the horizon. They also keep me very informed. They answer my questions, explain the mindsets going on. It took me a little bit. It's still taking me time to get around things because they think a little different, and I'm older too. So I'm trying to
your
grasp
birthday's
some of the
September
concepts.
4th. Don's birthday September 4th. So
Yeah. So if you're watching this week,
next week's her
my
birthday.
birthday's coming up, yeah. Anyway, aside that, but yeah, so the Facebook Digits user community is really that place where you can ask questions, get feature requests that we can go to the team and say we can be your conduit for getting them to the team. So there's a form there for you can fill out, and ask us any questions. We'll answer them all for you, or we'll find out.
And we'll support. It's where all of us that are thinking in this new AI's era, where we can go find out. Like, okay, how are you handling it? It's a group. It's a place where all of us that are in this new way of thinking can kind of hang out. So we're really excited about it. And it is frustrating, I will tell you, because I'm like, well, I'm used to this way, and then you just, you have friends. I have Donna. Talk me off the ledge. I'm going nuts. And she goes,
So I talk
a
a lot of people off the ledge.
very
They have
calm,
on Wednesday, I think it's like, it might be once a month or twice a month on Wednesdays, they have a Digits download where they go over all the changes. They have to do it a couple times a month, I think, because the changes are just so quick. Because again, AI is changing everything and it's moving very quickly. As I tell people, the last 100 years, there were a lot of changes. The next 10 years will surpass what we did in the last 100 years.
Right.
So
why do you,
just keep going.
Donna, tell them why we picked Digits. Because there's a couple of them out there. Why'd we go with Digits?
Why we went with Digits? Well, one, I researched the company and saw the backing of the company. I researched the CEO, which, by the way, I already knew him from other things.
Who don't you know,
CEO
Donna? Who don't you know?
I know Jeff, so I've known him for years, and I've known Rob for years too, who was I call him the COO, but he says that's not right. I'm the go-to-market person. I'm like, well, isn't that the COO? And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, okay. So, but Jeff and Rob's the one I talk to the most. But yeah, I've known them for years. They're amazing. They understand how this works. They're not just people selling software. They understand how it works.
And you know what
And
else I like about them? They don't bash other products.
yes, that was the other thing, is their marketing is not bashing. It's not out there doing these little catchphrases and all that kind of stuff. They're just moving
They're
their
really
way
decent
in.
human
Yeah.
beings that think, here's what
Yeah.
we're offering. We hope you follow us. And we want to make sure it works well for you. And I thought, wow, I mean, what a breath of fresh air that they're not making someone else look bad to make themselves look good. There's room for everybody. And we
And they're
just,
listening. They're
Yeah.
actually listening to what we say, and it does, a lot of stuff does get implemented. May not be on your timeline because they have to make their own roadmap, but a lot of stuff is being implemented now because of things we are asking for or telling, or
Right.
they're explaining to us why they can't do that, which is
Right.
perfectly fine.
Right.
But now we know, we have knowledge of it. We don't get these emails that say, "Good news, your case has been resolved." Well,
you have a little
how?
back end knowledge on the QuickBooks world, right, Donna?
Yeah, just a wee bit.
What
Yeah,
do you mean it's been resolved? They haven't even finished it yet. I mean, I got
Yeah,
that all
like-
the time.
yeah. Good news, your case. Was on the call yesterday. I'm like, "Good news, your case has been resolved." I'm like, "Nothing was fixed. What good news? Good
They
news
just
for you.
closed
You
it off.
closed the case. That's all." So yeah, that was a bit of fun.
Yeah.
In
But
2
anyway,
hours,
why
I
don't you
can't
show them
get back.
digits?
But
Show 'em
anyway.
digits. Show them what you got.
Okay, so a couple things that I just want to kind of show you about. Let's see, let me do this. So, let me get to the share screen.
By the way, we have interviewed Jeff. Did we interview Rob? I don't remember. I think we did.
Oh, we have not interviewed Rob on Bookkeepers on Fire. I
But
know.
we've done
but
Jeff.
We've done Jeff a couple, one time. And then I've
And
had them both on my AI Talks show, which is on
Right.
Insightful Accounting.
Yeah, Rob was on
So if you
AI
go in
Talk.
there, yeah.
Right. So you can see that. And that
Rob
was
and
just,
Jeff.
and
both of them.
also we did an interview. We were at Scaling. They were on an interview at Scaling. We are at
Oh,
their
that's
booth at
right.
Scaling.
Jeff was on at Scaling. So we have done Jeff twice.
So just go look
So,
to Bookkeepers on Fire. You can search for Jeff and see what he has
Well,
to
actually,
say.
the one from Scaling is in the Blazr Accounting.
Oh, it
I
is
moved
good.
That one in there. Yeah.
Great.
I do stuff. Um, so here's the digits download. This is where they talk about all the new things that have happened since the last time. So the next one is on September 9th, so you can register for that. I have the link in the notes, and I'll also put that in the Facebook community, so it'll be there all the time for you. And then one other thing I want to show you guys. Let's see, we go over here. So this is they have a change log. You don't need to be signed in here. You can just go into digits.com and find the help, and they have a change log so they can tell you everything that's been changed. So we see the 26th is most recent of yesterday, so I have to go in and see what happened now. So you can see the last one's the 21st. So they're publishing what's changed. They have an app too, which I'm learning how to use the app and what's the best way to use it for what I do and how I can tell people about it. But you can see they're making changes all the time, and you can subscribe and get it by email also. So that's good, keeping up on that stuff. I think I've already talked about the Digits Academy, which is here where you can get get all the courses and go through those, which is kind of where you want to start.
And that's
And
Megan,
then-
by the way, talking on the. That's
This is Megan. She's wonderful. I talk to her at least once a week, sometimes more. She's very knowledgeable. And okay, so here is where, if you were an accountant, and these links again are in the description, if you're an accountant, this is where you can get started. And if you get started under us, we get the privilege of being the watchful eye, and we can help you. If you're stuck, they're going to let us know that it's one of our people.
Right.
So they're going to tell us. So you can get started here, and this is where
We're
you
not
get
getting
started.
paid for any of this, are we, from them?
No, we're
No,
not getting
we do
paid at
this
all.
because we were really excited about this, what's going on in the field. So Digits is not paying us. So just
Yep.
FYI.
I will say, so to be upfront, these are referral links, but I don't think we get any money out
We don't
the
get any
accountant one.
commissions or anything like that. They
Not
just
off,
want to know
not off the accountant.
if what
Yeah.
we're doing is getting them business or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not getting any. I got a T-shirt. I did get a T-shirt.
I'm speaking at their Digits Summit, which is coming
Yeah,
up at the
and
end
you're
of
not being paid for that either.
No.
You're not even
Oh,
getting
I
paid
get
for
a
the
free lunch.
gas. You're
Yeah.
just, they're giving everybody a free lunch.
Yeah, but that's everybody.
Yeah.
So if you're an accountant, this is where you would sign up at. So you would sign up here so they could verify that you're an accountant, and you would just start here. This is where you would start at. If you are a business owner where you don't have an account, you're not an accounting firm, you don't have an accounting firm that's going to use digits, call us first. We'll help you get started. Or if you don't want to call us first, you can get started here. And then you would just come in and literally start. I suggest that you call us or someone who knows how to use digits before you start doing this, because you're going to have problems. I can almost guarantee it, because I did it and had to wipe myself out 3 times.
Because you could start over if you make a mistake, which is kind of cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you can. But if you are
I don't know. One of
digits
my
owner-
friends, you started over like 17 times.
Yeah.
How many times did you start over? You know, but that's learning.
It's learning too. So if you're a business owner and you're adventurous, click that business owner one, go for it. You can reset yourself. If you want help, call us. We'll help you get it set up. Because we help you set up your entire system. Because again, it's all about the tech stack and what you do there. So again, partners or accountants, start here. This is where you start your learning. Everybody can go to the Digits Academy.
Yeah.
That's not blocked out or anything. So everyone can go there. Everyone can go to the Digits download where you can find out what's changed.
So you don't need a Digits account to go to the Digits Academy. It's 2 separate logins, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think
Yeah.
you need one. I don't know. I never tried it without being there, but I think you just register and go.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have a Digits account. Yeah. So that's kind of how it is. That's where to get started. You know, jump into our Facebook community. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. I didn't have it up for some reason. And let me get that one going. And I'll show you kind of where stuff is in here. All right.
I'm on
Right
YouTube.
now.
Say hi.
Hello.
Hal
All
says
right.
hi.
and Hal came in too to figure out
Yeah.
what we're doing. So
Yeah.
you can see we have our
Here he is.
Digits user
Yay!
community.
Here he-
Hey, Hal.
We're live on YouTube, by the way.
Oh boy.
Now you're on TV. Okay, see ya. Bye.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So here's our Digits user community. This is where you can put questions in. Again, we don't have a lot of people in here yet asking questions. We've got some members. So here's this is announcing today's thing. Here's the feature request. This is where you can ask for a feature. All you'll need to do is click this form right here. And it's not showing up because I didn't share it right. Hang tight for a second. There you go. Feature request or your wish list. You can also ask a question here too, but just complete this for us. Yeah, let me close that. And then I'll take a look at it. Then I can ask one of the people, Megan or someone else in there. There's a few people I can send this to and ask, and then I track them. I actually have a spreadsheet where I track. I made this ask, what's the resolution? So that I can then come back to you and tell you what happened here, because this will only make us stronger and make Digits better for us all. So hope everyone can participate here, ask your questions. I know a lot of the answers already. You can see
There's Jeff.
also here's Jeff's, this is the one we did from Scaling New Heights, which I thought was a really good one. And yeah, and then a little more about just what we do. And here's where I'm actually speaking at Digits on September 29th in San Diego. If anyone wants to go, let me know. I have some free tickets. Even though it's free, I have extra tickets they gave me to make sure that I could get everyone in. You can see there are some people who want to go. And that's it. And yeah, that's where we're going. And this is where this is all going for what we're doing. So we hope everyone can get going, take a look at Digits. It's a slow process. It's not magic. If you I dedicated for the first week I did it, I dedicated at least 2 hours a day in the first week. By the end of that week, I had everything set up, ready to go, and then I dedicate about 30 minutes to an hour every day going forward just to keep up, and it could be less and less now. But I like going to the partner meetings that we have 3 times a week. We go to all of those, and I just learn. So,
And how
Yeah,
I
I
did
just
it,
think it's
I had a
wonderful.
how I did it was I had a client that had like I think what 6 years of bank statements, needed tax return back, and I put her on Digits and uploaded all the statements, and we got the whole thing pretty much done. It was pretty magical. And then I also moved over one of my simplest clients, meaning there's not a lot. I mean, there's activity, but there's not a lot of. There's payroll, there's sales tax, but there's no job costing. There's daily sales. It's a hair salon, and but she has one credit card, no credit card, and one bank account. So I thought, well, she's going to be the simplest one to start working with for me to understand it. And then when I go to the Digits office hours in the afternoon, it really, oh, that's how this one does it, or how do I do this? They explain it really well. So that's what I recommend doing. Don't put your, I did the wrong thing in the beginning. I put the most difficult client I had on Digits,
Yeah.
which wanted me to kill myself. I thought, they go, well, don't do it like that. I go, oh, okay. So
And I brought over myself, which I had 15 years of data. I did a direct bring over from QuickBooks. I did it wrong the first 3 times, figured out what I had done wrong, brought it over the 4th time beautifully, like 30 minutes.
Right.
The whole thing was done. Then I brought over my second one that had about 10 years of data. And because I had learned from the first one, I brought it over once, boom, done. And then I have one that I'm starting up from scratch.
And just
So-
remember, when you're starting to learn this, remember how it was when you first learned QBO. You didn't know that either.
Yep. You
And
didn't
now you
know
do.
that,
For the
but you
first time
know
you-
accounting and how it should work.
Right. Or remember
You
the
know
first,
where
if
you
you have
wanna
more than,
be.
if you have more than one kid, remember the first kid? You didn't know a thing. Number 2 comes along, you're an expert. So remember, you've not done it before, you're learning. So what I had to do for me is I would work a little bit to get, when I would feel the frustration come up, I stopped. Okay, let me get a fresh breath of air, come back and look at it tomorrow. And that's been very helpful for me. You have to know who you are.
Yep.
So that's the method that worked for me. But put a simple client on before you put the most complicated one you have, like, you know.
And then reach out with questions.
Yeah.
And we can talk you I've talked her off the cliff many times with this.
She goes, "You're making it too hard on yourself, Debbie." Well, that's what? But then the other thing too that we're excited about is this new journey of a new accounting firm. So that's Digits is what we're using to make this idea of what we have, that bookkeeping should be free, and how do we do advisory? How do we talk to clients? How do you price a job? So go to our website, getblazr.ai, and check it out and see what we're doing, because I think that's to us, the whole profession is changing. And we want to be on the forefront and say, okay, we're testing all these new things out. The advisory piece, how do you do that? How do you talk to clients? How do you become a storyteller with their books? All of that stuff. How do you charge enough, bring the value that we need? So that's what Blazr, our accounting firm, is doing. And we're using Digits as the tool to make that happen. So we're excited about this new venture of ours. In addition to our Bookkeepers on Fire, in addition to running our regular traditional accounting practices, in addition to having families we need to take care of, in addition to being annual pass members of Disney World, you know,
And all our speaking gigs we go
and all our
to
speaking
now.
engagement. I mean, we're going to be at Women Who Count in another month or two. And, you know, so we're speaking too. So, you know, we're kind of busy girls, but we love it.
That's
We
fun.
love it.
That's
So.
fun. And I'm building all the systems for all of this. So like, yeah, it's fun. So anyway, again, reach out to us if you need any
Right.
help with it. The Facebook user community is the best place.
Right.
And
And we'll see you in the
we'll
office
talk
hours
to
at
you
Digits,
soon.
because
Yeah.
that's going to start in a couple minutes. So we're going to be over there, close this out, and go over there.
yep, we're gonna
So-
go over and talk to Digits for
All
a
right.
little bit.
And we're doing this,
yeah,
what,
you
every
guys
other week
have
now?
like-
We're doing this every other week?
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna bring on, we're gonna spotlight clients, and we're also gonna bring on other accountants who have gone to Digits in their firms. So they're gonna tell their journey
this new
too.
AI stuff that's coming up, because we want to hear from everybody how you're handling this the new frontier. You didn't that you call it the
And yeah, and then we'll
I feel
also
like
come
Star
on with
Trek, you know, the new
recent
frontier.
changes. Yeah. I always call it resistance is futile.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go. All right. So
Yeah.
thanks for
So we'll
joining us
also be
today.
doing change updates. So from
Right.
this point on, as I learn about things that they've changed and added, we'll do updates in there too. We may have short videos. We may not be live every time.
Right.
But we'll record a video about stuff.
Right.
So,
All right, great.
good luck, everyone. Reach out to us if you need something.
All right, great. See you soon.